People of Reddit, what are you starting to like more as you get older? Solitude. Days with nothing to do. Back then it was boring. Now is a fucking gift. Sleeping. Taking walks in the park. Silence. Younger generations. I'm a 40 widower, so I'm beyond trying to keep up with what's cool. Don't have that stress anymore. I can just watch what the kids are coming up with these days and be fascinated, amused by it rather than be frustrated because I don't get it despite trying my best. Peace and quiet days with nothing on the calendar. Surprisingly waking up in the middle of the night. I live alone and am usually asleep by 9 or 10. About every other day, I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and just relax. No one needs me right now. I can genuinely rest instead of just sleep. Then around 4:30, I'll go back to sleep, but that time is precious to me. Naps are the true gift of adulthood. Feeding the birds. More foods. Peace and quiet. Staying at home to relax. Sleep, quiet, walks, going outside. Spending time with my siblings and parents. Cleaning up your house. Bird watching in the morning with my coffee. I even bought a book to help me identify the birds. Turns out my favorite birds are the tufted titmouse, the Baltimore Oriole. My bed. Pure silence. At the moment you need it most. Peace. Silence. Used to hate it. Now it's like a warm hug for my brain. Naps. Solitude. Social battery. Documentaries. I sit quietly with my cup of tea, enjoying the peaceful moment and letting everything else fade away. Sober weekends and nights in, spending more quality time with my parents and family who won't be around forever. My own space. I've been with my partner for 8 years. We recently started having our own bedrooms after 5 years of living together. He went away for 1 week and came back with COVID, so he slept in the spare room for the week. It's the very first time I had COVID, so I was so much worse. He was over it in 4 days, but I was bedbound for almost 2 weeks, so I had the master bedroom within suit as not to contaminate both bathrooms. He continued to sleep in the spare room. Suddenly, we had been sleeping in our own rooms for 1 month, and we have never been happier. We both just get such a great sleep, much improved our mood tenfold, and sex is fun because it feels like to naughty teenagers in your girlfriend's room. He still has all his regular stuff in the master bedroom. We just sleep separate depending on nights. Some nights we sleep together still, but mostly it's in our own rooms. I'm really starting to enjoy just doing nothing. And I'm beginning to like reading. I think I'm reaching unk status. Sleep, saying no, especially to people who annoy me. Waking up early and sitting in the quiet house with a cup of coffee. Well, the cats get lonely around 4 a.m. So that's not really a choice. Luna gives me about 20 seconds to wake up before she attacks my feet through the covers. Reading what I want to read rather than what my guilty English major mind thinks I should read. Being alive. Shutting up. Or if not, speaking and being okay with the fact that I may fall flat on my face and be utterly wrong in public. Food travel documentaries. I've basically been binge watching Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix. Being left for the love of God, don't invite me. Nature. Lego again. Haven't been into Lego for decades. Now suddenly I'm like hell yeah Lego. The complex stuff too. I recently built the Ideas Series ISS. And now I'm working on the Saturn V. Broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Sex with middle-aged women. Solitude, rest, simplicity. Reading. Now that a school board isn't shoving a book in my face and saying I have to read it, and I can actually read what I want. Boundaries, naps, nature, simplicity, myself. Sex gets less and less important for my personal satisfaction. Life is so much more enjoyable when sex isn't always on your mind. I'm 70 and suddenly like K-pop. The color brown. Olives. Linen sheets. Consuming information, definitely. Early nights, 10 p.m. Boeing time for bed, Zebedee. You have to be pretty old to get that reference. But seriously, I used to pull all-nighters with no problem. Or go out with friends and roll in about 4:30 a.m. and still manage to get up and more or less function the next day. No chance since I passed 30. Now an early night is such a wonderful, luxurious enjoyment and also a really good quality mattress. That's very important. Peace, nature, gardening, not having plans. Or in my backyard, I never understood why my mom and my grandmother were so captivated with the birds and squirrels and whatever happening in the backyard. But now it's a daily source of delight for me. Yes, I am officially old. My own company. Gardening. I never thought I'd say that ever in my life, but it's true. I've always lived on the countryside, but my mom had the green thumb. I, on the other hand, absolutely not. Now that I live in my childhood home, I had to start gardening, and now on year 3, I actually really enjoy it, and every time I see something bloom or grow I planted, I am super happy. Just sitting and talking with loved ones as a pastime. I feel like when I was younger, I always needed a distraction, some sort of interesting activity or mind-altering substances to enjoy being around people. Now I like to have genuine conversations for hours. It's so much more fulfilling. Being a minimalist. So we stopped in at a Starbucks yesterday and I saw a tasty-looking cake with buttercream and some jam and it looked good. And I excitedly bit into was a coconut cake. I kid you not, I jumped up and down like an excited child because it was such a pleasant surprise and I realized I like coconut cake. Lady stood next to me just gave me a sweet smile as she observed a 30-something-year-old man with a gut and a snapback excitedly rip the cake in half to offer his fiancée. Having peace over anything else. Watering the plants. Alone time LOL. I used to hate not having company. Myself, I like spending time with myself. Alcohol-free beer. All the chill vibes. None of the regret the next day. Comfortable shoes. When I was younger, I had a hard time making small talk or finding anything interesting to chat about with older. Some of my favorite people at my gym to talk with are 60-80-year-old dudes. Waking up early to get to the store before y'all. Peace, quiet, sleep, no plans. Sleep, relaxing, well alone that maybe meds haha. Sleep, going for a drive, or just going to the park by myself, enjoying life on my terms. CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley, especially the little nature minute they close the show with. Spices and herbs, despise them as a kid, grown to like them more now. Living alone, naps and paying extra for convenience. Older women. Different types of food. I used to pretty much restrict myself to fast food for some reason. Myself. My quiet house in the country with my wife and kids. When I was young, I loved living in the city. It was where the action was. Now I watch my kids play with the chickens in the yard and enjoy a cup of coffee and nice weather. Socks as presents and naps. Avoiding people. Vegetables. Going to bed at a decent time, packed lunches, actually taking the time to cook, and a clean space. Women my own age. I always chased or hooked up with women much younger than me. And well, what a headache and pain in the ass the younger ones are. Older women are much more comfortable and relaxing to be with. Plus, confidence in the bedroom is mind-blowing. Peace. Waking up early to get stuff done. A clean home, nothing scuzzy and fuzzy. Speaking my mind freely. At 28, I seem to unconsciously tell people to fuck off, no, and not feeling obligated to go along with things that I really don't want to. Being alone, I am never bored. Find myself very entertaining. I like wine more than I used to. Well, anyways, I'm drinking more. Thanks for watching.